Hello, this video will discuss about the zodiac sign of Scorpio or Vrischika as it is called in Sanskrit or Vedic astrology. Vrischika, if we just translate the Sanskrit word for Vrischika, it means a scorpion. So in our previous videos we did discuss about zodiac signs of Aries through Libra, and this video will be 8th in the series. The purpose of this video is basically to discuss what the ancient scriptures and the great masters or ancient sages of Vedic astrology have mentioned about Vedic astrology in general, and to make sure that we are on track. And there, as we have mentioned in our earlier videos, that there are a lot of Vedic astrologers or so-called Vedic astrologers who mix Western astrology with Vedic astrology and come up with their mixed version of astrology, and the purpose is to be aware of that and make sure that we get the right knowledge from the Vedic scriptures. So today we will be discussing about Scorpio zodiac sign as what this great sage Parashara has mentioned through his teachings compiled in the Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, or BPHS as it's very commonly known as. So according to sage Parashara, Vrischika or Scorpio ascendant people have a nice build. They're not neither big nor small. They're very proportionate, and they denote the Brahman Varna, and we've discussed about the various Varnas in our previous videos. The Brahman, the Kshatriyas, which is the warrior class, Brahmins is the priest class, the Vaishya, which is the business class, and the Shudra, which is the working class. And in today's day and age, of course, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but maybe it did thousands of years ago. And what sage Parashara has described is that people with the ascendant of the zodiac sign of Scorpio are Brahmins. Now it's very surprising. I would like to draw your attention why sage Parashara has described the people with Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio zodiac sign as a Brahmin zodiac sign, although the ruler of the zodiac sign of Scorpio is actually Mars, which is not a Brahmin. It's the warrior class, it's the Kshatriya. So here we have to remember very closely and very clearly the differences, that the ruler qualities of a zodiac sign may differ from the quality of that zodiac sign. So this is one major difference here which we have to remember, that although the ruler of the zodiac sign of Scorpio, which is Mars, is a Kshatriya or a warrior, the zodiac sign of Scorpio itself is not a Kshatriya, it is a Brahmin, not a warrior. Also, sage Parashara for some reason says that it resides in holes. Now holes doesn't mean that a Scorpio will go in and a person with this ascendant will go and start living in a hole, but he's kind of related it to a scorpion, and they may not be comfortable in living in an open environment. So people with this in this lagna or this ascendant generally would be pretty closed as far as their residence is concerned. Another thing which, or another feature which sage Parashara has associated or described about people with the ascendant zodiac sign of Scorpio is the direction is north. And here's another difference, because the lord of the zodiac sign of Scorpio is Mars, and Mars's direction is not north. But this zodiac sign or Rashi has the direction of north as per the great sage Parashara, and it is strong during daytime. This zodiac sign is strong during daytime. The color of this zodiac sign of Vrischika or Scorpio is described as reddish brown, and sage Parashara says that people with this ascendant are generally hairy, their bodies are hairy, and Mars is the ruler of this zodiac sign. So we have to remember, people with the ascendant, when we do start to do chart readings, or when you start to do chart readings, just imagine a Scorpio ascendant people with a well-built physique, not very big, not very small, Brahman and Varna, a reddish brown color which is associated with this zodiac sign. So you will see that kind of an aura, if not the complexion, with people with this zodiac sign of Scorpio or Vrischika as their ascendant. And they have a tendency to be a little hairy, or they may have hairy bodies. And this is what has been described by the great sage, and which has been compiled in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Also, Parashara or sage Parashara has mentioned that their face is generally broad, and their appearances is very authoritative. So they look as like a personality with a broad face, with an authoritative personality. So it's kind of a positive personality, I would take it. And they're extremely determined people, very aggressive, very ambitious, and will face any obstacle in life. They have been described also by sage Parashara as people with a good intelligence, and they have an extremely intuitive power within them. So that's another quality with people with this ascendant. So once again, when you start to do chart readings, this is what you have to remember very clearly. Also, another feature with this zodiac sign of Scorpio as an ascendant is that a man with this zodiac sign generally has multiple relationships, and that's because generally Scorpio people, or people with Scorpio as an ascendant, have a very high sex drive, a sexual drive. Now, when we say that people with this ascendant, it also would mean that we'll also look at the Rashi or the moon sign as well. So people with a moon sign of Scorpio may also have the qualities which we are discussing based on what Parashara says related to the zodiac sign of Scorpio or Vrischika. They love occult sciences and spiritual deeds. So they are very closely associated with, because they are so intuitive, and they have a very fertile mind, and they will try to use their intelligence into something deeper, which is the occult sciences. And why occult sciences? Because the natural rulership of the zodiac sign of Scorpio is the 8th house, and 8th house, we've already discussed, is about the mysteries of life and occult sciences and so on and so forth. And we've already described that he's very courageous and likes to take on his obstacles with full force, and he's very aggressive in that matter. The only negative thing which sage Parashara has mentioned, or may not be the only, but one of the negative things which Sage Parashara has mentioned about people with the zodiac sign of Vrischika or Scorpio as an ascendant or even as a moon sign is that they may have a little harsh tongue, maybe straight shooters. Will they call a spade on their face? Another very important thing related to the Scorpio ascendant people or the people with the moon sign of Scorpio or Vrischika is they are very revengeful. Revenge, it's about Scorpio trait, a scorpion trait. It will sting because it will not forget. If something bad has been done to it, it will be very revengeful and will make sure that it'll take its revenge. So that's another very important feature we have to remember about people with this ascendant of Scorpio or the moon sign of Scorpio. And also, of course, we've already discussed that one of the negative things is that they like to criticize people and they will call a spade on their face. So this is what we have discussed about the Scorpio ascendant or people with the moon sign of Scorpio or Vrischika is concerned. Also, as far as another thing which we have to remember is the people with this ascendant or people with this moon sign of Scorpio or Vrischika, generally their family life or their marital life is successful. However, as long as the partner or the family members do obey him or be under, I could say, submission, then they will have a good family and a marital life because they want to stay in control all the time. So that's another feature we have to remember about people with Scorpio ascendant or the moon sign of Scorpio. So this was the discussion on Scorpio as what the Sage Parashara has mentioned. And we will be taking up another video on another topic in our next video. Thank you.